It's 7:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. The state opposition has seized on the latest unemployment figures in the Hunter, accusing the Baird government of failing to stand up for jobs in the region. The jobless rate in Newcastle and Lake Macquarie has risen by 0.7 to 8.8% over the past month, compared to 4.8% a year ago. While in the wider Hunter, the unemployment rate has risen from 6.7 to 8% for the same period. Labor candidate for Newcastle, Tim Crackenthorpe, says the government needs to act.
And this government is not taking the initiative. We need the government to put its considerable resources into taking the lead and providing tangible outcomes to get the people in Newcastle and the Hunter jobs. There's massive unemployment now, and there's more and more with the manufacturing and the mining industry going through a downturn.
The New South Wales Health Minister is still facing criticism over a helicopter flight she took from the Hunter to Sydney a few years ago. The Telegraph reports the flight was with Nathan Tinkler's development company Buildev, which is a prohibited donor. The Minister insists she can't remember who she flew with, but says the flight was unsolicited. The Maitland community is being encouraged to contribute to the discussion over a state initiative to unlock $20 billion in infrastructure funding. The government hopes to raise the money through the long-term lease of almost half the electricity poles and wires network. Maitland MP Robin Parker says it's important for the community to have a say in how the money is spent.
The New South Wales government is going to the next election with a clear plan that we want a long-term partial lease of the poles and wires network, of 49% of the poles and wires network. That will unlock $20 billion that can be spent on infrastructure. So we're asking for feedback from the community.
The University of Newcastle is standing by its inner city campus plans despite concerns it will result in a parking nightmare. The uni is copping enormous criticism for only providing 5 car spaces at the campus for nearly 5,000 staff and students. The university says it's deliberately designed to reduce our reliance on cars. Mattress drop-off days around Port Stephens have been identified as the reason for a massive reduction in illegal dumping in the area. The drop-off days allow for nearly all of the mattress parts to be recycled compared to the council's curbside collection due to specialist contractors who collect them for springs, foam and wood. Council's Waste Compliance and Strategy Coordinator Nick Jones says the figures speak for themselves.
We recorded some statistics over the last 12 months where we had quite a lot of commercial quantities of mattresses dumped. Since implementing the investigations techniques, we've reduced our illegal mattress dumping by about 300%.
And lifeguards in Newcastle and Lake Macquarie are back on the job this weekend. All beaches will be patrolled from tomorrow as the weather warms up. All public pools will also be open this weekend. Now with sport, Belinda Delaceres.
Newcastle Jets representatives have arrived back in town following their 9-day British mission to find a buyer for the club. Chief Executive Robbie Middleby and Assistant Coach Michael Bridges joined former Hunter Sports Group CEO Troy Palmer, engaging in a series of talks with English club officials. Jets management are tipped to release a statement on their efforts later today. Meanwhile, Assistant Coach Clayton Zane says he'll be expecting some cat-and-mouse tactics ahead of tomorrow's pre-season friendly clash with the Mariners in Mudgee. Western Suburbs back rower Peter Mannion is hoping to cap off his best year yet at the club with a win in Sunday's Real NRL Grand Final against Cessnock. The 29-year-old's form has already been rewarded with a maiden Newcastle Rebels jersey and a New South Wales country tour to Hawaii, but a victory this weekend will see the Rosellas rack up their 4th premiership in 6 years. And 5-year-old European galloper Disclaimer claimed yesterday's Newcastle Gold Cup in Broadmeadow. That's sport. I'm Belinda Delas Harris.
2NURFM News Time 26 to 8.